Last week at Atlanta, we saw 100 laps of intense competition, featuring 6 caution periods that kept everyone on the edge of their seats. The race saw an impressive 10 lead changes, with Tyler Merritt leading the most laps at 42, showcasing his remarkable skill and determination. But the star of the show was Dylan Clark, who navigated through the chaos and emerged victorious for his second win of the season. His strategic maneuvers and consistent performance earned him a well-deserved win. Now, stay tuned for the OSRL Cup Series here from Bristol. The format for the OSRL Cup Series is as follows. The format for the OSRL Cup Series is as follows. The drivers are currently running a 2-lap solo qualifying session to determine the grid for our 150-lap, 75-mile race. We will have stage points awarded to the top 10 at the completion of lap 50, and just like NASCAR, a caution will be thrown. The inaugural season of the OSRL Cup Series rolls on, live on the Automotive Sports Network. With Victor Vallee in the production truck and Cody Erdmann next to me in the commentary box, my name is Ethan Halsey, as we welcome you to the virtual Bristol Motor Speedway in Bristol, Tennessee. Cameras all season on ASN are brought to you by Whiplash SimCams. Be sure to check them out at facebook.com/whiplashmedia. Thank you to Andrew Cardinal IV for your continued camera support. Well, let's bring in my co-host here, Cody Erdmann. Last week we saw quite the dramatics with cautions playing a massive role in the outcome of the race. Do you expect we see more of the same tonight?
Yeah, glad to be here. Short track racing here in Bristol, Tennessee. I'd imagine we'll see some cautions. Obviously, short track racing, we got 21 cars at the moment, or 24 actually, here at Bristol. So that many cars, this tight little track, and everyone trying to fight for every inch of this racetrack. Yeah, we're gonna see probably a couple cautions tonight.
Absolutely. It's definitely a tight little bull ring this track is, especially with 24 cars. It is going to be quite a race, that's for sure. I'm definitely anticipating quite a few great passes for the lead here, hopefully. A lot of great battles and hopefully some lap traffic. I mean, again, I know NASCAR usually runs about 36 cars on the racetrack. We have 24. Do you expect lap traffic to be a big factor here tonight, Cody?
Possibly. The speed discrepancy isn't too much. Right now, we're looking at Dylan Clark running a 13.9. This is his fastest lap. And we're down to about 14.4 is kind of at the bottom. So I'd imagine we'll, on that longer run, after the stage break with 100 laps, we could definitely see a couple people either killing their tires or getting in the wall and just trying to limp it around. So for sure, I think we'd be, if we go green for most of the way there, I think we'll have some lap traffic to deal with.
Absolutely. I'm really looking forward to this race. It's going to likely be quite an eventful one. Let's see if we can take a look at the driver standings so far. As the Drivers' Championship coming into round 4 at Bristol looks like this. As of now, it is Carson Burrows sitting on the top of the chart here with 65 points on the season. Tyler Rush not too far behind in second, sits at 62. Gunther Gretzinger, Victor Fluger, Ken Huber, Vincent Sowers, Dylan Clark, and Morgan Smith round out the playoff bubble. Again, in the OSRL Cup Series, it is an 8-driver playoff system. A win does not lock you in, so you really have to be consistent throughout the entire season. You have a few other drivers like Wesley Woods and Jeffrey Seymour just on the outside of the bubble looking to get in. Well, Cody, it looks like qualifying is just getting underway here. We just got done with our practice session where Dylan Clark was yet again for the 3rd week in a row the fastest in practice with a 13.989. He was certainly flying. He's the only one under a 14-second lap.
Yeah, he definitely got a really good lap time there. We'll see what happens here As cars are starting to roll out, we are currently watching Chris Wilkie, although I think he did not like something, so we're gonna switch off to Tyler Rush here in the 20. Or no, I'm on Tyler Rush. We are looking at Kyle St. John here, so we'll see what kind of lap times we're looking at.
St. John puts up a 14.210. At the moment, of course, that is provisional pole. Other drivers also starting to put in laps. Wesley Woods puts in a 14.7. Bruce Silva with a 14.8 as well. Laps slowly starting to trickle in here. Here is Dylan Clark, fastest in practice, currently on the racetrack. He is the defending two-time winner. He has gone back-to-back. He is definitely looking to be a threat here tonight, and he goes to the top of the chart at a 14.173. Dylan Clark looking to get his third pole in a row as well. He won pole at both Auto Club and at Las Vegas as well, or Atlanta, excuse me. Although look at this, you got a lot of drivers here in that 14.1 range. Gunther Gretzinger in the 22 is there as well. Tyler Merritt in the 38. Also, all separated in the 10th second here. Generally, the times don't vary too much, just given of how short this racetrack is. You don't really get a whole lot of time to lose for the most part.
Now, as Tyler Merritt goes up to the top of the board with a 13.999, so really good lap by him.
Look at that. That's a fantastic lap by Merritt, about a tenth faster than anybody else on the racetrack. And, well, I guess you could say he had a 13-second lap there. You know, it's as close to a 14-second lap as you could possibly get. But a fantastic lap nonetheless. So far, the only one to get into a 13.
Yeah, it seemed like to get in the 13, you really got to hit that sweet spot of these corners. And it seems like most of the drivers are running like the middle to high line to get that real quick lap time. Although I am watching a couple cars, like we're watching Brand 11, she's running the bottom here, so. And
I have my eye on Sean Lanning as well. He is also keeping himself on the bottom of the racetrack.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of,
Yeah, a little bit
of different speed from the top to the bottom, but still be able to make up some decent time. So, wonder what it'll be like once we get to race.
Absolutely. We got a car around and qualifying. That is Jacob Clemens in the 21 Castrol car, has gone around into the inside wall. Definitely not what you want to have there in qualifying. You want to obviously put up as many good laps as you can. Definitely crashing the car isn't necessarily the best outcome there.
Absolutely. I believe we only have a couple cars left. Tomlinson, Seymour, Euquides, and
Ian Knickerbocker there as well.
Yeah, Knickerbocker. Which we are currently following Knickerbocker here. Let's see if he can set down a good lap time.
He does here. He crossed the line. Looks like he pulls in a 14.888. And so far, it's looking pretty good here for Tyler Merritt in the 38 to claim his first pole of the season. Start on the inside front row for the first time. After Dylan Clark has swept pole the last 2 weeks, certainly a new place to be here for the 34 car, being on the outside of the front row this time around.
Yeah, we have not seen Dylan in this position yet so far this season. Well, on non-Daytona tracks or super speedways. So far so good for Dylan. Been sitting on the front row at least now.
Jeffrey Seymour coming out on track in the number 9 car. Oh, a little wiggle there coming out of turn 4. Looks like he's kind of running around the inside. So looking at these times here, Cody, between practice and qualifying, who would you have your eye on tonight for this race?
I would say that obviously Dylan Clark and Tyler Merritt, them two have shown that they have really good speed. My other thought would be to kind of watch Kyle St. Jean. He has had really good lap time in practice. And I think just a little bit of redemption from what happened last week in Atlanta, where he had good speed, just some unfortunate circumstances took him out. So I think he's one that probably looking to rebound from a poor week last week and turn into something good this week.
Absolutely. I certainly have my eye tonight on Carson Burrows, your points leader. Had a lot of pace last week, overcame a lot of adversity to still finish strong. I definitely expect him to have a good run here tonight as well. As let's take a look at your starting grid. Tyler Merritt qualifies on the pole. Dylan Clark will be to his outside. In row 2, you have Gunther Gretzinger and Kyle St. John. Row 3, Corey Allen and Carson Burrows, your current points leader. And in row 4, Brianna Lavin and Chi Kuba. In row 5, we have Colin Flynn and Vincent Sowers. In row 6, Justin Gibbs and Luna Mangild. In row 7, Jacob Plemons and Tyler Rush. In row 8, Bruce Silva and Jeffrey Seymour. Row 9 is made up of Wesley Woods and Sean Lanning. Row 10 is June Gonzalez and Chris Wilkie. Row 11 is Ian Knickerbocker and Deegan Urquitas. And rounding us out in the last row is Casey Tomlinson. As cars come to the grid here to get ready for our short 2-lap pace lap here as we get ready to go green on the evening here at Bristol. It's 150 laps. Certainly seems like, Cody Erdmann, it's going to be quite a race of attrition here tonight.
Yeah, definitely going to want to keep your fenders straight as possible on these cars. With the fast line seeming to be up against the wall, it's going to be easy just to knock the toe links out of these cars and the right front suspension out of it. So keep the fender straight, keep the car straight, keep it on all 4 wheels, and have a chance of getting a top 10, even maybe a top 5, depending on how crazy we're going to get.
Absolutely. It's definitely going to be a lot of tight quarters racing here on what is definitely considered the bull ring of NASCAR. These high bank corners allow for high speed, so with such a short track, it really does allow for a lot of complications. I'll tell you one thing, driving these next gens regularly, these turns are really hard to get around. Usually you go in and that car either just wants to drift right up to the wall or just wants to spin around it. It's very hard, it seems, to find a really good balanced race car here.
Yeah, and going off into 1, there's a really bad bump, so if you drive it in too hard, you'll most likely bottom it out, and it'll just skate right up the hill. So you got to watch out for that. Watch out for that, especially when you're trying to battle someone. And then 3 and 4 to the corner is a little bit more calm. The exit of 4 for some reason seems like it's a hair tighter, and it's easy to kind of get into the wall coming out of 4. So kind of the 2 things we need to watch for tonight with these drivers.
Absolutely. As we are now rolling here, the drivers are rolling for our, again, I believe it's 2 pace laps, unless they've shortened it here to 1.
I believe
Lights are off the pace car, so I would assume that we see if it dives down here.
I believe it's 2. Usually for iRacing on short tracks, it's 2. So
usually, I'm not sure if that's something you can shorten per se, but I know you can usually shorten cautions. I'm not sure if you can shorten a pace lap. I guess you always learn something new every night, don't you, Cody?
Yeah. It looks like we are having 2, so that's good for us.
Oh, all right, so 1 more lap until the green flag. Here's we have our eye here on your pole sitter, Tyler Merritt. His first pole of the season. That 38 car sure does look good under lights.
Absolutely is. All these cars in this field look good under the lights here, especially here in the mountains of Tennessee. Let's go racing for 150.
Absolutely. And just PSA announcement, Jeffrey Seymour in the 9 car will be moving to the rear after an incident last week. That's the only penalty so far. As a pace car comes off, let's get ready to go green at Bristol. And green flag is in the air, we're racing. Side by side here, going into turn 1 between the 2 rears as Dylan Clark washes up the corner there a little bit. Looks like he's looking pretty loose.
A little bit of contact in the back of the field.
Side by side for second place, Dylan Clark, Kyle St. John. St. John in the 37 trying to make that inside line work. Is not quite getting it there. Dylan Clark really making that middle line work.
Surprisingly, no caution until the contact in the back.
Oh, there's a car slow in the middle of the field. Oh, and the cars are everywhere. Carson Burrows in the 12 is involved. You have the 27 of Tyler Rush is going around. And the caution has come out for the first time tonight on lap 4 of 50 in what looked like a interesting incident there. I think that might have been the 11 of Leslie Woods slow in the middle of the racetrack. I'm not sure what took so long for the caution to come out there, Cody.
Yeah, not really sure. There was a couple cars parked on the front straightaway, and the sim never threw the caution, so everyone was just trying to get back rolling, and unfortunately Wesley was just kind of in the wrong place at the wrong time, and Carson Burrows just got into there, and just kind of chaos ensued after that.
Absolutely. Let's see if we can get a replay of that incident. 11 of Wesley Woods. This is after it happened. Here he is. Oh, there's a car already around. It's the 8 of Sean Lanning. It looks like the 69 of Luna Mangild was also up the racetrack. Just a whole lot of chaos in the back of the field as Wesley Woods spins off the bumper there. Chris Wilkie.
Yeah, and then just trying to get it rolling off the wall.
Hey,
and
gets
then
rolling. There goes
your
your leader. That is, there goes Tyler Merritt in the lead. Carson Burrows just nowhere to go. And then Sheik Huba rear ends him there. That is a horrible circumstance for your leaders. I mean, you're certainly not expecting a car to be that far off the pace here on only lap 4.
Yeah, just a pure chaos, unfortunately, and just taking out some good cars there. So we'll see what happens here moving forward.
It'll be interesting to see how everything shakes out. That's definitely going to shake up a lot of the order. A lot of guys running about top 5, top 10 or so, unfortunately got taken out there in an unfortunate incident.
Yeah, and one of our top points contender, Carson Burrows, he's sitting on pit road.
Yeah, that is your points leader involved in a incident here early. Again, he did overcome adversity last week, so I don't doubt he can do it again. But obviously, it's got to be tough, leading the points, having to overcome 2 rough starts to races.
Yeah, as he's sitting 4 laps down at the moment, I think he's getting towed back to pit lane. So,
yeah, the front end wiped off that car. And that's a great story too. The paint scheme he's running there is a throwback to a family member's car. It looks fantastic, to be honest. I mean, I know we're not really in throwback weekend, but props to that paint scheme. That looks amazing.
Absolutely, one of the really nice looking cars. Unfortunately, a little bit rougher now.
Yeah, it's looking a little more like a modified at the moment. It looks like lights are off on the pace car. We have 1 more lap to green as, yeah, that 12 of Carson Burrows continues to sit on pit road. What an unfortunate way to start this race.
Yeah, it looks like the 69 of Luna, they are currently being towed back to pit lane, and I think they've already left, so they're calling it a night.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate turn of events there. Certainly not what we were expecting to start off with, but let's see if we can clean it up here as the pace car comes off onto pit road, and we are green once again at Bristol. Once again, the 34 and 37 side by side again, and Kyle St. John is actually going to get the best of Dylan Clark this time around, moves into the 2nd spot.
Yeah, good restart there by Kyle. Dylan's just been sleeping a little bit on these restarts, it seems like. He's not getting the launch like the bottom lane has been.
Yeah, he's certainly been laying back in quite a hornet's nest, but about 3rd on back here. Dylan Clark, of course, with Victor Betzinger pretty close. Side by side here, Corey Allen and Brianna Lavin. Corey Allen is blinking a little bit here. It's going in and out. They are side by side, and right behind you have the 26 car riding right behind them there. That is Colin Flynn in that Gamebridge car.
Yeah, now we're starting to get rolling here. Nice rhythm. 12 laps in.
It looks like, is that some damage there on Jeffrey Seymour, I'm seeing? A little front end damage?
Looks like
that might just be the reflection of light. Not too sure. Oh, the 27 of Tyler Rush with heavy contact. The front end of the car has come off. Unfortunate turn of events. And once again, the 2 cars slow, and as our leaders come by, that was nearly disastrous for the 2nd time tonight. I'm not sure what's going on, why the cautions aren't hitting the front.
Yeah, it just seems like a little bit...
Colin Flynn with damage. I don't know, he might have hit the 27 of Tyler Rush. Oh, it looks like he might have just spun off at turn 4. That's unfortunate there for the 26. He was having himself a good run just outside the top 5.
Yeah, we're coming back, kind of bouncing around here through the field. Currently watching Gunther, and we have a door-to-door battle between the 42 and the 21. 21 trying to make the bottom work and clears himself.
Looks like he does clear him. Let's see if Corey Allen tries to come back at him here.
As Seems like the Clemens there, he's got that bottom rolling really nicely.
Cars coming off of pit road there on the inside. Looks like the 11 of Wesley Woods and the 27 of Tyler Rush. Side-by-side action right here in front of Corey Allen. You have the 21 of Jacob Clemens and the 666 of Vincent Sowers. Sowers gets a little bit loose. Excuse me, that's just the 66. I'm thinking of his GT4 number as the 666. He's only the 66 over here.
Yeah, we got some good door-to-door action here. Clemens just slowly making that bottom mark. Sowers ripping the fence here.
Absolutely. Colin Flynn in the 26 has just come off of pit road after the pit stage. And it looks like, based on our looking at the track here, it looks like the 38 Tyler Merritt is about to catch up to some lap traffic here. Chi Kuba in the 06, Bruce Silva in the 36, and Chris Wilkie in the 3 are about half a straightaway or so up on the leader. And we're certainly getting a lot of time on them, so we're going to start seeing lap traffic becoming a little issue here.
Yeah, the top two of Tyler and Kyle, they've kind of checked out a little bit. They have a 2-second lead over Dylan Clark, and then there's a kind of a 3-car battle here between these three, and then it's another 3-second back to the rest of the field. So
yeah, it is a hornet's nest in the midfield here. Quite a few side-by-side battles. Everyone just looking to get every little spot. Again, this is right around where stage points start getting awarded, so people definitely trying to get... Oh, contact there off the turn, and Deegan Urquitas and Corey Allen have spun, and oh, they're blocking the racetrack. Caution has come out. Oh, there is the caution. His cars all over the place, crashing. Oh, that's just Bristol. Tyler Merritt barely avoids that. And boy, just nowhere to go for half of this field. Chi Kuba in the 06 is involved. The 3 of Chris Wilkie. That's the 1 of Casey Tomlinson with heavy front end damage. Here's the replay. It looks like Deegan Urquitas is trying to get to the inside of Corey Allen, just barely clips his quarter panel and all. Now breaks loose after that.
yeah, and just how fast this track is, it's so easy to... Once things start happening, it's really easy to
look at
get
that.
caught
That is
up in
a
it.
parking lot right there in turn 2. Go on board with Tyler Merritt. Let's see what he sees going through this mess.
Rambo here, just coming into 1 and 2 here. Coming
There's
out
the
of 2.
carnage going on in front of him. At least he has ample time to see it. And oh boy, look at that. That was close.
Yeah, good heads up driving there just to realize the cars on the top are not moving, so let's cut down.
Absolutely, and definitely a lucky break that nobody else was gunning for that spot as well. It looks like the 37 of Kyle St. John went all the way up against the wall to avoid that one.
Yeah, as we are sitting at...
Like Wesley Woods in the 11 car is getting the free pass, so he will get his lap back, or at least one of them. He is currently 3 laps down, so he will now be going back to 2 laps down. Pit road is open, a few cars coming in to get their damage repaired. The 1 of Casey Tomlinson is in. I believe there's the 02 of Ian Knickerbocker in as well, repairing damage from that past incident. That was quite a few cars there. I was easily at least, I'd say 7 or 8 at minimum involved in that one.
Yeah, there's a good chunk of cars sitting on pit road at the moment. This kind of, all of a sudden, we've gone from about 21 cars on the lead lap. We are down to 12.
Yeah,
So-
how quickly that changes. Thankfully, you do have at least one opportunity to get a lap back. The guaranteed stage caution that will be coming out at lap 50. So you at least, you have at least one more caution before now and the end of the race. Although I don't expect this intensity to cool off any bit. A lot of drivers now who are trapped a lap down, they're going to want to race for that free pass spot.
Absolutely. There's some cars that are even... we only got 3 cars currently that are 1 down. And then Bruce Silva's 2. And then there's multiple 3... couple 3s, couple 5s. So...
Like, as they're scored now, Deegan Urquitas in the 23, Chris Wilkie in the 3, Casey Tomlinson in the 1, and Bruce Silva in the 36 appear to be 1 lap down. There's Ian Knickerbocker is 1 lap down here as well, as Bruce Silva will take the wave around.
Is
Keep him at 1 lap down.
as Deegan was sitting up, came down pit road quick, I think to get tires. So, yeah, he's coming back up off pit road. So, as now we are ready to go back green here.
Absolutely, the field slowly shrinks here. Like I said, this is going to be a war of attrition tonight. Who is going to be able to survive the Coliseum? As the pace car will get ready to pull off here, as we will have our third restart of the night. And green flag is back in the air.
Top 4 break away from the field.
37 got very loose there in turn 2.
Yeah, a little bit loose on those cold tires there. And then we're battling for P3 with Gretzinger and Clark. Gretzinger on the outside, the preferred lane, it seems like.
Absolutely, Gunther Gretzinger up on that middle lane. He's likely going to be able to power past Dylan Clark here, and he will move up into the third spot. I'm telling you, Gunther Gretzinger's looked more and more impressive the more we've gone on. It looked pretty good at Auto Club with some good strategy. He had some decent pace last week at Atlanta, and tonight, well, he's a top 3 driver.
Yeah, he's, especially for a road course guy, he's got some really good speed here. He's been kind of picking up some things each week, and who knows, by the middle of the end of the season, we could see him battle for the championship.
Absolutely, that looked pretty tight right there between Sean Lanning in the 8 and Vincent Sowers in the 66. Very nearly made contact there. Sean Lanning cuts kind of across the nose of Casey Thomas. They will go side by side. And look at that cut up.
Which, Lanning and Sowers, that battle was the last one for points in the stage. And now Lanning is up to P10 at the moment.
Lanning hold on to the last transfer spot. The one of Casey Tomlinson, big loose, is going to hit the inside wall. Thankfully, it looked like he was about ready to spin back on the racetrack. That inside wall saved him there.
Yeah, thankfully now bringing out the caution as we got about 15 to go here to the stage.
Tyler Merritt already running back into lap traffic yet again. He's got the 23 of Deegan Urquidez right in front of him. If he'll be able to clear him quickly. He's got a solid lead here, about 1.2 seconds over Kyle St. John in second. So not too much to worry about, but certainly something as we have a battle for third brewing here between the 22 of Gunther Gretzinger and the 34 of Dylan Clark.
Gunther getting really sideways out of 4 there.
Yeah, that opened the door right up for Dylan Clark in the 34 to go to the inside. Let's see if he'll be able to clear Gunther going into the corner. Not quite. Gunther holding tough on that outside line. Bristol really has become almost a 2-groove racetrack yet again. Honestly, both lanes, if you can have a maneuverable race car, you can really race well in both lanes.
Yeah, this next-gen car really likes the bottom here, especially when you're trying to battle cars door-to-door.
Oh, that was a side-by-side battle between June Gonzalez in the 5 and Justin Gibbs in the 93, and looks like a little contact there. Gibbs almost spinning out. He's trying to get back up to the bumper here of Gonzalez.
A little bit of door-to-door action.
And yep, gives him a little love tap in there, saying, well, what was that? And he's really, really showing him there. And look at this, we're almost looking nearly 3 wide with that 0-2 of Ian Knickerbocker in the way, as he is going to move out of the way and let them battle it amongst themselves. The 8 of Sean Lanning turns the 93 of Justin Gibbs around. Oh, Tyler Rush involved again, and the caution has come out. Vincent Sowers nowhere to go, and boy, your second place driver in points, his night has gone from bad to worse as he pulls down right in front of the 22 of Gunther Gretzinger. Oh, that is unfortunate right there. Third place, he was really putting together a good run. He had that totally avoided. And there's nothing I hate more than seeing a car come down in front of another one, especially stopped on the racetrack like that. That is brutal. That is just absolutely brutal.
Absolutely. Not what we want to see out of a top 5 car.
You're hearing word they are ruling this the stage caution, as you see a replay right there. Sean Lang just washing up a little bit there into Justin Gibbs, and unfortunately Tyler Rush gets the worst of that yet again. Again, it's just been brutal for him tonight. Second place in points. He's been involved in nearly every incident, and none of them have been of his doing either. Just wrong place at the wrong time, unfortunately. As, again, the stage caution will be this caution. Tyler Merritt will bring home the stage win. Kyle St. John, Dylan Clark, Gunther Gretzinger, and Jacob Clemens round out the top 5. Although I believe at the time of caution, I believe the 22 was out in front. I know he did make contact there. He was ahead of Dylan Clark in the 34, so he'll be third. As cars coming down pit road for their first scheduled stop of the race. As we see watching on Gunther Gretzinger here in the 22. As thankfully a good caution for him here. He'll be able to get a fast repair immediately, get that front end damage fixed. The 38 Tyler Merritt steams off of pit road and will come out in first. Dylan Clark will actually come out in second. Kyle St. John appears to have had a bit of a slow stop here. I don't see him anywhere. 37 is still on pit road. Not too sure what's going on there. Absolutely. And I'm wondering if Gunther Gretzinger used his fast repair. It looks like he still has that front end completely torn off there.
Yeah, not sure what that's all about.
Interesting. I'm not sure. And he's a lap down and he's driving back on pit road here. Just an unfortunate turn of events. He had that accident completely avoided. And just unfortunate that the 27 of Tyler Rush has pulled out in front of him. Under pace laps here at Bristol, as it looks like we are getting ready to go back green here. They're starting to double file up, although there goes the 23. He's going to get his wave around. That's Deegan Urquidez. That will now move him, I believe, to just one lap down, as currently right now is showing on my screen 8 cars on the lead lap at the moment. Like I said, it's certainly been a war of attrition, and we do have some new faces up front. Jeffrey Seymour right there, that pink car on the outside, just got the wave around a couple cautions ago. Sits himself in 4th place now. What a run for him. Yeah. As the police car comes off and we get ready to take the green flag. Green flag is back in the air here at Bristol, and the 38 of Tyler Merritt has checked out pretty well from Dylan Clark.
Yeah, good restart there by Merritt. He's able to jump out away from the field and be able to control his race.
Absolutely. Jeffrey Seymour had a little moment there. Here comes Sean Lanning in the 8 car going around the outside. Another car having a fantastic run tonight. Again, with this war of attrition, it's allowed some new faces to trickle their way up to the front. Sean Lanning now sits himself in the top 5, looking like a solid run for him.
Yeah, Sean's man will keep it a clean race, and like we said, just keep the fender straight on it, and you'll be able to run top 10, even possibly top 5 like he is right now.
Absolutely. A little loose there off the turn there. Nearly clipped the wall. As right now the 21 of Jacob Clemens is hounding the 9 car of Jeffrey Seymour. They're going to go side by side here. We'll see if Clemens can stick it down on the inside. He will, as Jacob Clemens will take the spot that will move him up to 5th place. Yeah, I believe this is his first Cup race of the season. A top 5 so far. A great way to get your career started.
Absolutely. Good way to start off the season. It's in P5. Kind of ran about 4/10 in front of him and behind him. So good, comfortable spot. And then you just log laps and try to get a good point day.
And it looks like lap traffic starting to come into effect yet again. Tyler Merritt going around the 1 car, Casey Tomlinson, who will now go a lap down. So we have a battle brewing here. The 37 of Kyle St. John, who is making up for that really long pit stop that he had. He's now a lap down, trying to fish his way back up. He is not in the free pass position. Well, actually, I believe he just passed Vincent Sowers for that. So he is now in the free pass as he makes contact with June Gonzalez there. They're rubbing doors down the straightaway.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Ooh, there they go, and into to the inside wall goes Kyle St. John, and all the 5 pulls back up on the racetrack, and chaos ensues. Chris Wilkie T-bones him. A lot of cars up front, and no caution. I'm not sure why. The track definitely blocked up a lot of cars there. I saw the 23 of Deegan Urquidez definitely got involved in that incident up on the outside wall. We stay green.
As it sounds like the reason for the no caution was because the cars were off the racing service, so although there was a little bit of action.
I'm not sure if I'd like that if I was one of the drivers involved, but yeah. Now you're, especially on this track, fixing damage is not as simple as come back to pit road, get your fast spare. You will go multiple laps down here pretty quickly. So here we are on board with the 21 of Jacob Clemens, running right behind the 8 of Sean Lanning. He just passed the 9 of Jeffrey Seymour for 5th place. Now he's gunning for 4th. See if he gets this. We're going to pull up his telemetry data here as well. Sean Lanning goes way high, washes up. Jacob Clemens going to dive down to the inside. Let's see if he's going to get there. Not quite. Sean Lanning going to block off the inside lane there, prevent him from getting his nose in there. It looks like he's still going to anyways.
Yeah, good door-to-door action here. Ooh, Sean getting a little bit squirrely off the corner. Able to clear and now see if he can start pulling away from Jacob.
And just an update, we now only have 6 cars running on the lead lap and about 3 more a lap down or so. Again, war of attrition. I can't say enough. It has certainly been that tonight. If you have been able to survive, you will get yourself a good run. Sean Lanning in the 8, currently running 4th. Jacob Clemens in his first race with the OSRL Cup Series is currently running 5th. Ooh, Sean Lanning up into the wall. Looked like, I don't think the 21 quite ran him up there, but they definitely didn't give him too much space.
Has now moved Clemens back up to P4. See if he can, ooh, if Sean bounces
I think he's broken something at this point. He has hit the wall multiple times and all with pretty good velocity. I'd be surprised if that car is 100% healthy.
Yeah, and Jeffrey Seymour is right behind him, so see if Seymour is able to catch up to him.
Price, I've seen some negative aero effects on that 8 car. He's definitely looking a little off his line. That's the 66 of Vincent Sowers there, running right behind Jeffrey Seymour. Jeffrey Seymour is the last car on the lead lap. Currently holding the free pass position is the 36 of Drew Silva. Currently holding the lucky dog position. Vincent Sowers, a few cars back, also 1 lap down, along with the 22 of Gunther Retzinger. Back up front, it has been the Tyler Merritt show all night. I believe he has led every single lap tonight. He has been on cruise control so far tonight, Cody.
Yeah, he's been able to check out. That's the nice thing with getting the pole at a place like this, where you're able to just kind of manage your race, able to jump out to a quick early lead and then just manage the gap behind you and manage traffic, and looking like he's could have a possible and easy win here in Bristol.
Absolutely. Oh, Sean Lanning in the 8 car back up in the wall again. That's going to allow Jeffrey Seymour in the 9 to get back around. Jeffrey Seymour will move himself back into the top 5. And boy, they are back to back there.
Yes, Seymour now sitting P5. Good, especially with that EOL with the penalty from last week. You're able to rally back from that and getting up to P5.
Absolutely, a fantastic run, honestly, for both these drivers. I know both ran into a little trouble last week at Atlanta. Having great runs here tonight. Again, just keeping your nose clean really is the key to being successful here at Bristol. As long as you can do that, you can get a nice top 5 run out of it. Well, you can see in the background, though, the leader, Tyler Merritt, is hounding them down, looking to put them 1 lap down. You know they'll certainly be fighting to keep their lap here. Well, he's going to be coming up on a side-by-side battle between the 22 and the 8. Most traffic he's experienced all night.
Cleanly, and he does. Good traffic awareness by everybody.
just runs right around the outside. That will now leave 4 cars 1 lap down. And that is bad news for Bruce Silva, as now they will lose the free pass position. That will now go to Sean Lanning in the 8 car. See, oh, he's up in the wall again. 34 of Dylan Clark will go by as well.
Yeah, they'll put, unfortunately, they'll put Gunther 2 laps down as well, so that just made his night a little bit harder to see if he can get it. But still, Gunther is P8, so still a top 10 night for him.
Absolutely, looking like a fantastic run here. And look at this, Dylan Clark. Look at this, he's getting pretty close here to Tyler Merritt. They were about a 1.5 seconds apart before. It's only 8 tenths now. He's closing in on the leader.
Yeah, I think Dylan's been able to get through the traffic a little bit cleaner. Lap times have been quicker. Last lap, Merritt was at a 15 flat, and Dylan was at a 14.8. See, this time,
closing in about 2
same
tenths a lap. Another 2 tenths yet again. Down to 4 tenths. 34 of Dylan Clark is making yet another run at the lead.
Yeah, see, same thing again, 15 flat to a 14.8. Dylan Clark making it really good work on that bottom. And he's going to run up a little bit higher, try to get the run off the banking.
That car up ahead as well. That is another lead lap car. That'd be 21 of Jacob Clemens. They get around him. That'll be 3 cars in the lead lap as we are side by side here for the lead. Dylan Clark on the outside of Tyler Merritt will clear, and we have a new leader. The 34 of Dylan Clark, for the first time tonight, has moved into P1.
Yeah, Dylan was able just to kind of manage his stuff here a little bit and just get through traffic cleanly. And now, yeah, he's just flying around the bottom of this racetrack. Now he's going to move up to the top. And away he goes.
38, Tyler Merritt. First time he's really been in traffic all night. He's really had it easy up at the front. As Dylan Clark putting a few more cars, more laps down. That's the 1 of Casey Tomlinson and the 66 of Vincent Sowers. Just up the road.
Because now we only have 3 cars on lead lap. These 2 and then Brandon Lavin about a half a track behind. Actually, not even. About a straightaway ahead of Dylan Clark. So we could possibly seeing 2
Here's
cars on
something
lead
to note
lap.
as well. Bruce Silva has moved up into the top 5, even though, again, they are a lap down. They've passed both Jeffrey Seymour and Sean Lanning to move all the way up into 5th place. Another solid run for that 36 car.
Yeah, Bruce running really good lap times. He's running mid-15s, and all the cars around him are running in the 16-second bracket. Bruce has been easily like the 3rd fastest car on track these last handful of laps here.
Absolutely, as the 34, Dylan Clark has his hands full. Absolutely, it's getting dire here for Jeffrey Seymour. Still running 6th now, 2 laps down. So still a solid run, but obviously you want to be on the lead lap racing with the leader. At this point, a free pass won't even get him back on their waypoint here.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think I've ever seen a Sean Lanning's on pit lane. So, not what you want to be doing is pitting under green here. That's going to put him even more laps down, unfortunately. But I've never seen a kind of a race like this here where it's super spread out and we're seeing cars go multiple laps down in a short period of time.
Absolutely is. Top 3 have strung out here quite a bit, and everything is tamed up quite a bit. As Brianna Lavin almost in the wall. Dylan Clark catching up to her as well, which will mean only 2 cars will be on the lead lap, which is quite impressive. It means a very fast group of cars here at the front are taking care of business. And with that, now that everything's tamed up, we're going to step aside here, but trust me, you won't miss a thing. We're going to be side by side, as we'll be right back here at the OSRL Cup Series at Bristol.
You're so interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like your neighborhood.
You are so special. This ad is just for you.
I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous.
With your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to nordvpn.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
Absolutely be doing what he has to do. He has to go for the championship. He has to recover the points that he lost. He's down the race, takes the lead in the 12. What a move. And he takes the lead and holds
Side by
it.
side between these two in the terminal. This is going to get spicy.
Exiting turn one, over the jump to begin the first lap clock as the inside line. McLaughlin contact between them. They are still side by side. This opens the door for Wetz. He can't make anything happen. From the 26, he has not won in quite some time. Dragster acing the entry to turn one, up heading to the inside of Magnus, gives him a nudge. The grip strip on the inside, Phil. Wetz had a little bit better run, but looks like we're just going to spot.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome back to the OSRL Cup Series race number 4 here at Bristol Motor Speedway. You are joined by Victor Vallee in the production truck, Cody Erdmann, and myself, Ethan Halsey, in the Cameras all season on ASN are brought to you by Whiplash Simcams. Be sure to check them out at facebook.com/whiplashmedia. Thank you, Andrew Cardinal IV, for your continued camera support. If you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and ring the bell to be notified of our live streams on Sunday, Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, along with our shorts, courtesy of Jess Rakowski. Well, Cody Erdmann, it has been quite an eventful race, although it seems like we've had quite a long green flag run going here, as Dylan Clark has ran and hid away from the 38 of Tyler Merritt.
Yeah, these top couple cars, they're running on 73 laps, which has been since the stage break. And then everyone else is about pitted. That's why we're seeing a multiple laps down. Brian Levin's 2 down. Sean Lanning, Vincent Sowers is 4 down. So, but most of those cars are on fresh tires, so they're motoring on pretty quickly. And we saw Tyler Merritt get in a little bit of a interesting situation because he had, even though he's in the lead lap, he had faster cars with fresher tires just trying to smoke right by him.
Absolutely, that definitely looks sketchy there over the ad break. Again, it's seemingly, other than this, it's the 66 of Vincent Sowers getting the wall there. Right now, the 34 of Dylan Clark and the 38 Tyler Merritt are the only 2 cars on the lead lap. It has been the Dylan and Tyler show yet again this week. They have put on a clinic.
Yeah, Gunther and Sowers, that's actually a battle for position. That's a battle for P6. Right now, Gunther's able to get around them and starting to pull away. So, and Gunther's got the front end back on his car, so he did have his fast repair still. I don't know why he didn't use it earlier in the evening when he had the nose taken off.
Absolutely. There's a few more cars coming on a pit, or coming off a pit road here, excuse me. That's the 02 of Ian Knickerbocker and the 23 of Deegan Urquidez. Side by side, meanwhile, behind them, that is, I believe, the 06? No, it's the 36 of Bruce Silva and the 11 of Wesley Woods. You know, side by side there, the Gunther Gretzinger car 22 and Sean Lanning in the 8 side by side. Sean Lanning, boy, he has got a Bristol stripe tonight. He's been in the wall quite a bit.
Yeah, just kind of struggling. It seems like the right front does not want to turn, unfortunately, as he gets in the wall again. Just a little bit struggling here, unfortunately, for him.
He has had a really tight car all night. It doesn't seem like that car is rotating at all.
It does not, no.
Now, just behind that, you have Dylan Clark in the 34. He is now 7 seconds up on the second place car of Tyler Merritt. And I was going to say, every other week, he has certainly had some dominating performances. This one, he wasn't leading for the most part. It was Tyler Merritt, but boy, does he look dominant now. He has had a long run car.
Yeah, he has pulled out to a 7.5 second lead. Still running 15.5s. Tyler's still running 15.6s though. Like, his lap times aren't that bad.
Absolutely. I do wonder when the 38 of Merritt, if they even have to come in the pit here. I'm not quite sure what the fuel window is. I know we had a few cars already coming in the pit.
I'm thinking people were just pitting, trying to get fresh tires to see if that works, because they were really struggling, unfortunately.
They were 18 laps here to go. So
yeah,
with
us having only a handful of laps left, I'd imagine these guys are going to stay out. I don't think Brew's back to 2 laps down at the moment. I don't think Brew's going to be able to do anything. As the top 2 pitted under, actually Brew also pitted under the stage caution, so he's not going to be really catch. And the first car that did take tires under the green flag run here was Brianna, and she is 2 laps down, so not that much faster. I believe she has gotten a lap or 2 back over this run, but now with about 15 to go, she's going to get another 2.
Absolutely. Whoa, Vinny Sowers getting really loose there in the 66 right in front. Well, Cody, it went from a war of attrition quickly transformed into a war of pace as everyone has got very strung out, and it has certainly been about keeping your nose clean and having a good long run. The long run cars at the moment are prevailing.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, a little fourth wall break. I got some severe weather, and it's even getting a little closer, so I'm going to hop off. So, congratulations on whoever wins. It looks like possibly Dylan Clark, one of the commentators, Curtis. And I'll hopefully see you guys next week.
Thank you for joining us, Cody. Please stay safe as always. We appreciate all your help here in the booth tonight. I'll carry the show for the rest of the way. And with that, Dylan Clark in the 34, putting Bruce Silva yet another lap down here. Bruce Silva will now go to 2 laps down, meaning there is a 2-lap gap here between the 38 of Tyler Merritt and the 34 of, 38 Tyler Merritt and the 36 of Bruce Silva. Don't worry, there's not a 2-lap gap between Clark and Merritt, although, oh, there's a car around! Oh, and Dylan Clark has damage! Oh, and Brianna Lavin's involved as well! Oh, Cody Erdmann, if you're still watching, I know you didn't want a commentator jinx this, but look as what has just happened is Vinny Sowers was sideways on the front stretch, and Dylan Clark nowhere to go. My goodness. Let's take a look at what happened. Oh, just got the outside wall. Really awkward bounce there off the wall, and Dylan Clark just nowhere to go. What a disappointing event right there. He was leading the race, had 7 seconds on Tyler Merritt. This is on board with Ian Knickerbocker right here. Let's see, there's Vincent Sowers going sideways. It looks like up ahead. Oh, it kind of dives down to the apron there. Take a look. Yeah, there's the 66 sideways. Dylan Clark right in. Oh my goodness. Talk about threading the needle. Brianna Lavin, you saw the whole underside of her car right there. As she goes upside down nearly. She was in 4th place 2 laps down. Now call me crazy, but I don't believe Dylan Clark has lost any track position. I think he has still come out in 1st place as the one of Casey Tomlinson gets into the wall up there. It looks like maybe going around. Looks like Tyler might be getting scored ahead of Dylan here. Yeah, it looks like might have beat him off pit road, just barely there. That looked very, very close. That's the benefit of being on the pole. You get that first pit stall, and that usually gets you what you're looking for. As we are coming here nearly to the end of the race here, 6 laps to go. We're going to have a brief shootout to the end of the race. Few cars here going to take wave rounds. Looks like you have the 02 of Ian Knickerbocker, the 22 of Gunther Gretzinger, and the list goes on. Quite a few cars, although most of them are very far behind. The 02 of Ian Knickerbocker is 24 laps down, so he's certainly got a long road to hoe unless we have 24 cautions in the next 6 laps. I don't think he'll be seeing the lead lap, unfortunately. Looking at likely about a 5-lap shootout here. Looks like, if my timing and scoring is correct, I'm not sure if it is, we might have 3 cars here on the lead lap. I believe the 36 of Bruce Silva, maybe, is on the lead lap. Yes, they are. So we're going to have he was the lucky dog, and despite, I guess, must have unlapped themselves when Dylan got into that trouble. So thankfully, it was only 1 lap down when the caution came out, and we'll now get the wave around. So we're going to have a 3-car shootout here with 5 laps to go to determine the fate of this one. Gunther Gretzinger currently sits in 4th, 2 laps down, and Brianna Lavin is being scored in 5th, 4 laps down. Lights appear to still be on the pace car here. We have a few cars that do need to get out of the way. As you can see, quite a few cars that will be getting laps back. Gunther Gretzinger is one of them. He's going to be moving to 1 lap down now. So if we do get another caution, he will likely be the lucky dog. As we go around the pace car, the lights are off. We're getting ready to have 1 to go. As it's going to be looks like a 4-lap shootout to determine this one. It has been these 2 drivers all night long, the 38 of Tyler Merritt and the 34 of Dylan Clark. About midway through this run or so, Dylan Clark was able to get around the 38 and take the lead and run away. However, let's see what happens here on the short run. Will Tyler Merritt, with that preferred line, have what is needed? Now, it is 4-lap shootout, top 2 for all the glory. Green flag is in the air. We're green at Bristol. As we have 4 laps to go, the 38 of Tyler Merritt getting out in front of Dylan Clark. Thankfully, it looks like about a car length over him. Battle coming here to 3 to go. It's going to start getting really tight here. Let's see if Dylan Clark has anything for Tyler Merritt. I'm hearing on the comms, it appears we lost an engine. Brianna Lavin lost an engine. Unfortunate. She got a top 5 run going as we have 2 laps to go. The 3 of Chris Wilkie coming off the pit road down below as well. Just going to stay out of the way here. And coming out of turn 4, coming to the white flag. 1 more lap to go. The 38 of Tyler Merritt fell behind midway on this run. Dylan Clark whizzed by, but a late caution is going to prove opportunistic. Coming to the checker flag, Tyler Merritt will win at Bristol. What a race that was for him. First career win in the OSRL Cup Series for the 38 of Tyler Merritt, and will avenge the events of last week and will become victorious. He is the 3rd different winner this season. Dylan Clark will finish in 2nd on the podium, and Bruce Silva will get a solid top 3 in 3rd. What a fantastic race that was there. A lot of attrition early, a long run in the middle of this race, but a late caution gave Tyler Merritt the opportunity to go out and get this win for himself, and he went and did so. Looks like that race likely was won on pit road, just barely beat that 34 Dylan Clark off of pit road, and that appears to be the determining factor. Burn it down there, Tyler. You deserve that one. What a race that was. As let's take a look, we might have some drivers hopefully populating the booth waiting room soon. So that way we can get some interviews. We're still waiting on our drivers to come say hello to us up here in the booth. Obviously, Tyler Merritt is a little busy burning it down as well. He should be. That was a fantastic race there. A lot of different comers and goers throughout the night. Overall, just staying clean was the key to victory, as multiple drivers had some fantastic runs tonight. Jeffrey Seymour brings home a top 5 finishing 4th place. A great run for that driver. Jacob Clemens in his first race with the OSRL Cup Series gets a top 5. Gunther Gretzinger continues his string of good runs in 6th place. Deegan Urquidez finishing 7th. Sean Landing, a great run for him as well in 8th. Brianna Lavin in 9th. And Vincent Sowers picks up yet another top 10 as he consistently seems to be a top 10 driver, finishing in 10th. And it looks like we have a few friends here waiting for us in the broadcast waiting room. Let's see who we want to bring up here first. So first, let's bring in our 2nd place finisher, Dylan Clark, to the booth. Dylan Clark, this is Ethan Halsey in the OSRL booth. You got us? I am muted in Discord. There we go. Dylan Clark, this is Ethan Halsey in the ASN booth. You got us?
I do.
Well, a fantastic race for you there. You had a great run running in the top 2 all night. Had a long green flag run there where you were checked out quite a bit. Unfortunately, you had that late caution there. Just take me through that race as a whole, and maybe through what was going through your mind there in that last caution.
Well, unfortunately I got screwed out of a win there. That was not what I was looking for. Short run speed was definitely not there. Definitely didn't help that I got beat out of the pits because I had to take my faster pair. If I think that race would have panned out differently if I would have had the control of the start, but unfortunately, lap cars wrecked in front of me and I had nowhere to go and got some damage, had to fix it. And unfortunately, 38 got the lead out of the pits.
Yeah, that is so unfortunate. I forgot about that. Yeah, that accident that happened in the first place kind of reminded me of Ryan Blaney a few years ago getting taken out from the lead by a lap car. What exactly did you see there coming out of the turn? Did you see him, or was it just too late to be able to react?
I had committed to the high line out of that corner, and with I don't even know how many laps on my tires, probably 93, 95 laps on my tires. Once you get up there, you can't really slow down because you'll lock up, go into the wall, or you can't really turn down the track because your right front doesn't agree with you. So it's kind of just hopefully he washes out of the way, but unfortunately he actually did the right thing and locked it down, and unfortunately it got collected.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate. I mean, you can't go wrong with a second place. I know second is, well, the worst thing, I guess, when you're not first. Well, Dylan, anyone you'd like to thank for your performance here tonight?
Yeah, Talcart had a great showing this past weekend in real life. Tally Motors USA Catalyst Drivers development. You're going to be seeing them on a car pretty soon. They're also real life stuff. Orpac, Thermatrue, everybody associated with me, my real life racing, Hayden Holmes, my parents for getting me this awesome sim rig, and hopefully we can get it done next week and not get screwed out.
Absolutely. Well, Dylan, it was a fantastic race tonight. Looking forward to seeing you next week.
Absolutely. Hopefully back next week as well.
All right, and with that, let's bring up our third place finisher, Bruce Silva, up to the booth with us. Brew, this is Ethan Halsey in the ASM booth. You got me?
Hello, I got you.
Well, Brew, just take me through your race there. I know quite a bit of attrition early on, a long green flag run, and despite some attrition there early, you were able to finish on the lead lap and finish in third. Just take me through your race as a whole.
Okay, so not the fastest at this track, so I knew after qualifying I was sure, well, I can't just rely on pace alone. So after I dodged the first few wrecks, and this track is very short, so it's only one stop, very little fuel needed for the refuel. So I pit under stage caution and was good to the end. And I was just like, I'm just going to go the longest I can possible. And it was paying off for most of the race. Near the end, my tires were gone. I just checked the garage screen. It was 33% my right front. So I was definitely not up to pace. And I was in fact almost being catched by a car that was pretty a lap down. I was about to be P4 almost. But then the late caution came in near the end of the race. The cars behind were multiple laps down, and there was very few laps left. So basically, I just stayed out. Like that was my best chance to get a good finish, and it was a gamble, but it paid off very well.
Yeah, that was again a great run for you coming in third. I can't imagine you could be too upset with that. Is there anyone you'd like to thank tonight for your performance?
I like to thank my teammates and the entirety of Dogbox. And that's it. That was definitely a race. It was very chaotic.
Absolutely. Yeah, more of attrition there, as I say.
Yeah, definitely. And it's an endurance race. But yeah, that's it. Happy with the result.
Well, that's fantastic to hear, Brew. Looking forward to seeing you next week. Congratulations on your third place.
Thanks. Till then.
That was Brew Silva. Now, lastly, let's bring up your winner, Tyler Merritt, to the ASM booth. Tyler, this is Ethan Halsey in the ASM booth. You got me?
Yep, I got you.
Well, Tyler, you were the dominant car for most of the night. Dylan was able to get you there on that long run, but that late caution seemed to go right into your favor. Take me through your race today and overall just your reaction to your win.
Well, I'd say I'm happy for the win, but I think Dylan earned it. I had my brake bias a little too hot in just the brake cylinders enough before the race to have a little bit of brake bias for this car here. But hey, it's a win. I got second place last race. I'm pretty happy about it. Say I'm not happy about what was going on early in the race, all the cautions and everything, but I mean, I'm excited. I mean, we went what? I think it was almost 100 laps green flag, didn't we?
Yeah, it was a long run there from the end of the stage break. I believe it was, yeah, about 100 laps.
And that's the crazy thing is my right front was at 24%, and that just shows how much I don't drive this car. I didn't have enough. The brake pass wasn't low enough. I was like, this car is definitely a dirt challenge compared to the Xfinity car or the truck, because this car you have to sit it in so much deeper in the corners, and the problem is that on fresh tires that incentivize you to do it to pick up lap time, but the problem is that just it shreds the tires at towards the end. It those tires are gonna be gone if you do it like I did tonight, thinking, oh, the tires are gonna last longer than they did.
Absolutely. And boy, it seems like you were quite lucky to you avoided a lot of accidents. Seemingly, even though you were leading the race, you had a lot of incidents occurring just in front of you. Thankfully, you were able to navigate everything pretty well. Just take me through, what your reaction would be as the leader, just seeing accidents happen in front of you like that.
My first reaction was, oh, I'm gonna die. Second reaction was, please go, please caution. And my third reaction was, the most time was like, I gotta go low immediately, because there was one time I had to slam on my brakes going, I think, 15 miles per hour after the caution was thrown, because I think it was turn 2, or I think it was turn 2, I think it was turn 1 or turn 3 was blocked completely. And I had to just go on the apron to miss the wreck, and I was like, I'm surprised no one behind me, like, went into the wreck and made it even worse than it was.
Yeah, absolutely. Always got to watch your mirror too going through that. I feel like a lot of times you have people diving into places where you were trying to go and unfortunately getting into it. But thankfully able to avoid everything. That's really the way of winning Bristol, is just staying out of trouble. Anyone you'd like to thank for your performance here tonight, Tyler?
Well, I want to thank my friend Thomas Stanley for becoming race control. I'm sure Brianna and the rest of the admins are appreciating it, especially after tonight, since I know they needed someone to clear black flags with all the random penalties people were getting from, unsafe pit entry, excess stuff like that. I want to thank McConey Setup Shop, Jeff McConey, for always giving me a little bit extra money on the send. That's been helping me pay some bills. I want to thank my team, Wanted Goons, and I want to thank you for the amazing broadcast, man.
Thank you. I always appreciate it. Well, thank you for coming up to talk to us, Tyler. Good luck next week. We look forward to seeing you.
You too, man. Take it easy.
All right. And with that, that is all for our driver interviews. Let's start wrapping this up here, shall we? Just some programming notes for this week on ASN. The OSRL GT Series round 11 will be at Fuji on May 23rd. That will be at 8:30 Eastern. You have Josh Mertz, Justin Robichaux in the booth, and Brian Sawyer in the production truck. And next week, you're back right here with us. The OSRL Cup Series round 5 will be on May 21st. That'll be at 8:25 Eastern. You will have myself, Cody Erdmann, and Victor Vallee in the booth for that race, and that will be at the road course at Watkins Glen, which should absolutely be a very interesting challenge for our drivers. Cameras all season on ASN are brought to you by Whiplash SimCams. Be sure to check them out at facebook.com/whiplashmedia. Thank you to Andrew Cardinal IV for your continued camera support. If you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and ring the bell to be notified of our live streams Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, along with our shorts courtesy of Jess Rakowski. The checkered flag falls on the evening. From all of us at the Automotive Sports Network, from Jess Rakowski, Victor Vallee, Jared Lott, Chad Irvine, Justin Robichaux, Cody Erdmann, let's hope you're safe, James Watson, Brian Sawyer, and Josh Mertz, my name is Ethan Halsey. We hope you enjoyed today's coverage of the OSRL Cup Series tonight from Bristol. We congratulate our winner, Tyler Merritt, and until next time, so long, everyone.